Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm doing this Pennywise grungy smudgy take on it. I was going to name this an easy tutorial, but it turned out to be a little bit trickier than I thought. This is my version of it, like I say, a kind of more grungy smudgy version. So let's get into it. I'm going to whiz through the eyes because they kind of get changed when I put the rest of the face makeup on, so slippage. You can see what I'm doing here. I've just warmed up the crease. I am creating a black smoky eye. This is just a gel liner that I am using as a base, using two blacks, one from a Morphe, one from an Urban Decay palette, and you can see exactly what I'm doing. Like I said, I am whizzing through this. I mean, I've done this look before. It's kind of like my stage makeup look, really. But tight lining, blending, all that jazz. You can see what I'm doing. I had a couple of reference images when I was doing this look, and it kind of turned out a little bit different to what I was hoping, but I do like how it came out because I feel like it's slightly more edgy, grungy version. When you get the hang of this and when you know what you're doing, it turns out to be a little bit easier. Okay, so we're putting some lashes on and some mascara on the bottom lashes. Then we're going on to the face. I am plumping up my lips with the Plump It lip plumping gloss. I did pop some on again when that had soaked in. I'm doing a little bit of a contour just to bronze up the skin ever so slightly. As you guessed, I do have my face makeup on already. But yeah, that just preps us for the rest that we're going to do. But you don't want it to be too super chiseled and contoured because that's not really the look that we're going for. So once we have contoured everything, we are going to start working on the nose contour. I kind of am dipping into a few different colours, dipping into the bronzer, bringing it down my nose just to blend the eyes into the nose. What's quite nice is everything is blended into each other with this. So the eyes will blend into the nose contour, and then the lines on your face will blend into each other as well. So you can see what I'm doing. Lots of blending, and that is the beauty of having something that's not super crisp and sharp with this look, is when you go for that slightly more smudged out look, you can just blend, smudge away. I think as long as you kind of go with the fact of having the darker colour in the middle and then blending it out with like your transition colours like you would when you're doing an eye look, it's gonna look kind of okay. There we are, adding a little bit more plumping gloss, and then this white pencil is going to be your best friend. So you're going to want to mark out where everything is going. So I'm marking out the nose and then bringing down these lines that are joining my lips to my eyes. And you can change this, you can have it as curved or as straight as you like. If I were to change anything next time, I would make sure that I lined up the bottom lines and the top lines a little better. I'm kind of winging it here, so I put two dots and then bringing them down. I'd probably measure them a little bit more so that they lined up a little bit better. But it's okay, it's the first time I attempted this, and that's the beauty of it. Anything goes, and you can do your own interpretation of it. So I have marked everything out, and then once I have marked it out, we're done, ta-da! I'm joking. So going into, we've suddenly got a bit more of a tan. We're going into the Makeup Revolution Special Effects palette, which is kind of like a paint palette, and then we're just basically colouring in. So colouring in everything with the red, and then making sure that that is all lined out, building up the colour slowly, so we're not going straight into black because that is quite daunting. So you build it up with the red first, and then you can move on to the other colours. So once you've done that, we're going to take the product off of the little brush that we used to smudge out our eye makeup, and then going in with the red. I actually went in with the red, not the pink. I don't know why I pointed to the pink. And I've discovered there was a little bit more of the black and the darker colours on the brush, so I moved on to the rest of the face and left the nose for now. And I'm just smudging everything out, blending it all out. Then on the nose, like I said, there was a little bit more black on there, so I wanted to create a bit of a shadow on the nose, and then going into the black with a more of a smaller, finer brush, and we are building the colour up. Bringing the black under the eye into more of a triangle so that it connects up to the mouth. And then I'm putting a little bit in the outer corners of the lips as well, just to add that blend there. And here I'm making the triangles that are going to link the bottom to the top. See, I wasn't too sure about the placement of my top peak. Is it a peak? I don't really know what to call it. But I'm kind of blending, trying to salvage the situation. But as you will see, I did them, had a little look, and then I wiped them off, which is what here is the fresh one. I wiped them off and moved them in a little bit so that it lined up a little bit better with the bottom lines, because in effect it's kind of a line going from your mouth all the way up to the top, isn't it? So that's what you want to recreate. And this is why I said at the beginning with the eye makeup, don't worry too much, because we're just going to draw a triangle over it all anyway. I was kind of losing hope at this point, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't sure where we were going with it. I was blending and it wasn't as neat as I wanted it to be. And then I went in with the transition colours this is from the Colourpop So Jaded palette. I actually took the two colours, so I took the kind of more peachy colour and then the more orange underneath. And this is where I regained faith and it started to come together for me, because I was adding the depth and almost adding like a transition shade. Like I was saying, you're kind of replicating what you've done on your eyes and what you would do with an eye look. So you've got the transition shades on the outside, which are blending it out. And I kind of felt this look like, you know when people do those pumpkin looks? I kind of felt that it was starting to look a bit like that as well. So that was quite cool. But like I say, it all just started to come together for me once I was adding that contour. And I was topping up and taking a little bit of the liner to just neaten up the edges and make everything stand out a little bit better. But it's all just like I say, we're winging it. Of course, she's blending. I mean, she has no chill when it comes to blending this one. She's continuing to blend and just building up those colours slowly, and then you're going to get that nice blend. Then I thought I would try and blend out the eyes a little bit, as the triangles weren't doing it for me, but it was okay. I was touching up and just trying to get that nice seamless look, so it kind of looks effortless, like the eye look blends into the triangle peak. That's what I was going for. Am I making any sense? No idea. But anyway, we're moving on to the nose and adding a little bit more shadow there, and then we're going to add a highlight. So I just went basically where the light was hitting, from the lights mimicking that really, so that it was as natural as possible, blending it out a little bit because I didn't want it to stand out too much. I didn't want it to be like super cartoon. And then we're going on to lips. So for lips, I am taking black liner. This is just a regular black pencil, and then I am lining the outer part of my lips because I want it to kind of be a little bit of a blend, and then I'm blending it with my finger and then taking that up as well, and just to add a little bit more definition to all of the lines that we have created. Once I've done that, I'm going in with a red lip liner just to fill in the middle part of our lips, blending that all together. And then I took a little bit of the red eyeshadow we were using to kind of pat that on, set it into place, and just so we can try and match the colours that we have on our face. And to get them blended all together nicely, I am taking a bit of the black to set that in the outer corners of my lips as well. And then I'm taking a fluffy brush just to try and blend everything together. I don't think I've blended on my lips before. Not that I'm aware of. But anyway, one last blend won't hurt anyone, will it? And then I decided to just ever so slightly draw around my nose. Not too much, I didn't want it to be too black and too intense, but just a little subtle outline, and then setting that all into place. And then just to really accentuate the triangles, I didn't feel like there was enough definition there, so I highlighted in the outer corner of my brow bone basically, just to make sure, and it was that colour was the one we used. Good, thank you. And just add a few more highlights to make sure that we have got that definite triangle. So there we are, that is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed. I did do a glam clown before a few years ago, but I wanted to try this Pennywise look as it has come out. I haven't seen it, I'm not going to see it. I freaked myself out just looking at pictures for reference. But I hope you enjoy, have a safe Halloween. Please like, subscribe and all that jazz, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!